DC here with DCStrength.com here inside Genesis Fitness and Performance. Thanks for checking out the video today. Probably the number one question that a lot of people get asked that ever look like they work out is, what are their favorite supplements they take, and why. So I wanted to give you guys kind of my staple supplements that I use daily, morning, evening, before bed, pre-workout, post-workout, just to give you solid supplement protocol that really anybody can follow. It's going to keep you healthy, going to help you recover, and going to really make sure you get the most out of your training without wasting a ton of money on extra crap or stuff that doesn't work just because it looks flashy or has a super cool name like Testabolic Extremination Herculean Terminatrix, Unleashed. Really, the first thing I do in the morning when I wake up is, like I've talked about in other videos, is I will have, a cup of coffee with some butter in it and some MCT oil, but that's not really supplement-wise. In the morning, the three main supplements I make sure to have is I always take my fish oil, depending on the brand. Typically, I take Pure Pharma. I take 3 to 4 caps, depending on how bad I'm feeling, how sore, how beat up I am. I will take a vitamin D supplement, and depending on the dosage of it, I try to take something that's pretty high dose, but if it's in those extreme levels, like there's one that I have now that I think it's something like 12,500 IUs per capsule, and that's pretty high on the end on the spectrum, and so I will take that every other day or once every 3 days. You want to be somewhere in that 2,000 to 5,000 IU dose daily with vitamin D, and then I will take a B complex just to kind of help with energy and just help get some extra B vitamins in that I may not be getting in my current nutrition. I may skip out on the vegetables and fruits and stuff like that. So that's pretty much what I take in the morning, every morning, unless I'm cycling out in and out the vitamin D based on the dosage. Middle of the day, when I'm working out, I'll always start off. Typically my pre-workout consists of BCAAs. I'll take 10 grams, and then I will always add in some type of pre-workout, but I like to keep it as simple as possible. And so, I've tried them all. Really the one that I prefer the most is Bcaas Spark. I love that because it's pretty much just a ton of B vitamins, a little bit of caffeine, and it doesn't give me that nauseous feeling, or itchy, scratchy feeling that I'm trying to get right after, right before I go into working out. After I work out, I make pretty much my favorite concoction of the day. Probably one of the reasons why I actually work out, just so I can drink this. I will take Vitargo, but if I'm out of Vitargo, I use Waxy Maize. They're kind of interchangeable depending on how much money you have, where you can pick it up. After I work out, getting like two scoops gives me right around 70 grams of carbohydrates. I'll add that in with 15 grams of BCAAs, and then I will typically do 5 grams of creatine, and then I think it's like 1.5 or actually 2.5 grams of beta alanine. I put that in, and then I will also, depending on how sweaty and here in Houston it's humid and it's hot, and so depending on how many fluids I've lost, I may also add in a scoop of Advocare Rehydrate. Add that in, and that's my post-workout drink. I'll have that right after I work out. It tastes great. I really kind of look forward to it. And then at night, really the final things that I take before I go to bed is a ZMA. The ZMA I take is also, I have one that includes GABA to help me sleep, and then a multi-probiotic. And really those are the basics that I take daily. I recommend to anyone to take, no matter what your goals are. There's a million things out there you can add to that, but that is a great staple that anyone can do based off, that trains hard, that needs to make sure that they're staying as healthy as possible and getting the most out of their training, their recovery, without breaking the bank in terms of supplements monthly. So if you have any questions about any of those supplements, be sure to comment below. On the blog, I have a DC Essentials page, which I'll link you guys to, that kind of talks more about them and has some recommended places you can pick them up and purchase them at. I'll throw another link down there that gives you guys some free reports that talks about how to get stacked and jacked. A stacked and jacked supplement guide is a way of saying thanks. Appreciate you checking out the video. Now you guys know, knowing's half the battle.
The Genesis. Show my hardcore is, you know what I'm saying?